Coming to you from the historic Hart Building in Marysville, California, in Studio 93, In the Tank with Fish, with your host, Bob Fischetti.
Hey, this is Fish. This is a special edition of In the Tank. And normally, if you would think In the Tank, we'd have somebody from the Navy here. But today, we have Air Force from Beale Air Base. Thank God. I'm totally thrilled. We've got the base commander, wing commander.
Wing commander, installation commander, all the same thing.
Everything.
That's right.
We have the commander. We have Colonel McCleese with us, right?
That's right.
And who just got back from vacation.
Yeah, 6-month vacation in Saudi Arabia. It was great.
And we'll talk about it. And then you're going to do the operations, JC, right? Colonel,
Yep.
You're going to be operations for the upcoming air show.
Yes, I'm the air show director.
Air show director. Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to start pouring out the acronyms and see if I can catch up.
Yeah, make sure you slow us down if we do.
It's like, oh, yeah, I will. I'll go.
Sometimes you know how it is. You're in. That's the only way we speak.
I know. I tell people still, even today, I'll say, yeah, my wife went down to CBPO, and they'll go, they don't call it that anymore. Of course they don't. What is it now, right? You got to go to the next thing. Well, so, Colonel, I'm really glad you had an opportunity to come on. We're really grateful for it. And so are you new to Beale? Because you came in and were deployed, if you can talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yes, I would say I am new to Beale. I had never been stationed here before. The answer is slightly complicated. So I got in command here on the 9th of July of last year. And then about 2.5 months later, though, I took myself and 200 of my closest friends here at Beale as a leadership team, and we deployed over to Saudi Arabia, where as a command team, we commanded the base, the wing over there in Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, all the other airmen were still back here doing the mission of Beale in the 9th Reconnaissance Wing. And then after we got done with that, I just redeployed, and we all got back safely, thank God, back at the beginning of April. And so I really feel new all over again, but it's great to get to know my home that my family has been at for about the past 9 months, but I feel like I've only spent about 3 months here because that's about what I have.
So, but you didn't start there. Where did you start in your career?
So I left Central Illinois in the cornfields and went to the academy, and I think this is about my 13th station. I've been a lot of different places, flown a lot of different planes, flown the T-6, which is a trainer, the T-38, which is a jet trainer, flew the 15C Eagle, F-15C Eagle, flew the F-22 Raptor. Then after that, took a little break for school and staff, flew the T-38 again, teaching people how to be fighter pilots in it in my first command tour. And then most recently, prior to here, was flying the F-35 and teaching young student pilots how to fly the F-35 before getting here and now getting into the T-38 and the U-2.
I want to see you fly the F-47.
I want to see me fly it. My son's a freshman at the academy, and he is chomping at the bit for that thing. I bet he is. Yeah, that is such a tease to announce that thing. So,
I didn't expect that. But the minute they said it, I went, oh, my gosh. Yeah.
No, unfortunately, that will not be at the air show. That's what I can say. So,
just make that clear. That one's not going to be there.
Man, that would be good.
When you become a commander, when you move into that administrative side, do you still get to fly?
I do. Not as much as I did whenever I was a young buck, but probably about once a week, get a flight in, just kind of stay proficient, but also stay connected to what's going on the base and the flying mission of things, and keep a little bit of credibility is good, and have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know the fun parts in
That's
there,
right.
So we were talking a little bit off air, and I got to bring this up because you and I have a major soul connection with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Oh, really? Do we?
Yeah, we were like... I don't know if we can say this, but go Cards.
Go Cards.
Go Cards, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Ollie, do your job.
Am I allowed to say that here?
You are.
Okay, all right. Go Cards.
You can say whatever you want.
All right.
I learned that a long time ago, whatever you want. So
okay, sounds
Commander's
good.
intent. Go ahead. Whatever you think we need to do. So let's talk a little bit about the air show, because that's right around the corner. That's coming up that first week of June. right?
June 7th and 8th. Yes. So 19 days out. So we're excited.
So everything, and you have to say this because Commander's here, everything's perfect and already in order.
There's no problems. Right, yeah. No, actually, it is really on track. I think we just had a meeting actually the other day talking about all the things, and of course, with any big event, there's going to be little things that we're trying to tweak all the way throughout the entire air show. We'll be doing that to optimize it, but all the big things are solved right now. So we're really excited. We're ready for the local folks to come out and see what we do at the base and see some air power on display.
So, Colonel, I have to ask, it's a big deal, I think, to get the Thunderbirds out here. Is that a big deal?
Oh, it's a huge deal.
Yeah, that's what I said. I told people, and they were like, well, they're Air Force. It's like, well, what, the Blue Angels weren't available? I mean, it's like, it's the Thunderbirds.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That's a huge deal.
Yeah, we're very excited about them, to have them there. They are just amazingly professional. And then I know we both flown in formation and everything, but we don't fly formation like that. So
we don't. Not like
they're really just amazing at what they do. And then not only that, but they get to go out and interact with the crowd. They want to go engage with the community and inspire our not just young folks, but also people of all ages to get them to dream big. And we don't necessarily have to go fly airplanes, but just to go do things that they didn't think they could do. So that is really one of the important things that we want to do at the air show. That's one of the great things about air shows is we get to show people doing some really incredible things, and it inspires folks.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that a lot of young people go out because there's not as many young people flying. And so they've talked about that. We've had different organizations on the air to talk about that. Get them excited about flying. You know, they have one of the the school STEM groups, whatever it is, they actually build an aircraft. Mm-hmm. Come on, kids get to build an aircraft. I mean, I was happy with the little rockets that we got to shoot up in the air. Like, you got to be kidding. You know, it's like, this is huge, right? So what other things have you got going out there? Please tell me there'll be Air Force recruiters out there.
There will be. All the services will be out there.
But that's not important. So there'll be Air Force.
There'll be Air Force recruiters. That's
I'm not biased, sir. I am not biased. I'm just saying, right? I'm glad the other guys are there, but right.
Yeah. So the gates. So the base access opens at 8 a.m. You need a pass to get on base. That's completely free. Get that at BealeAirShow.com, where it says get tickets. So you can get a free pass to get on base, and that will let you on base. The gates to the base open at 8 a.m. to the public. However, the gates to the actual air show flight line area won't open till 9. And from until 9 till about the flying starts around noon, we're going to have a couple different things. We're going to have a band out there. We're going to have a military working dog demonstration. We're going to have our explosive ordnance device. See, you told me not to use acronyms.
EOD. I knew it. I knew he was going there.
But all that stuff. And then we also have a really amazing STEM area. I think of all the air shows being at the conference and stuff, we're going to have one of the best in the country there. We have some absolutely incredible things. We have a F-35 simulator that's going to be there. We have mini jets, and I have to do safety inspections on all of these before the air show starts to make sure they work correctly. I'm really excited. But mini jets, we can actually drive little airplanes around on a track there. We have some RC cars by one of our local businesses that are going to be out there. We have all sorts of great folks out there. Retired Colonel Meryl Tengestal will be out there. So she's a former U-2 pilot. She's a kind of a local celebrity author. So just all sorts of great folks to be out there. That should be fun for the whole family.
I don't want to drive a point, but this is important. Food. I'm just
well said.
You know what I mean?
Well said. You know what I said? Whenever it comes to air show time, everybody wants to focus on the air acts and even the STEM and stuff. What I told him from day one, he goes by McLovin. That's his call sign. And what I said was, hey, dude, get all of the air show stuff all set up, all the air acts. That's great. But I said, I want you focused on 3 things: logistics, safety, security. If you can do those 3 things well, you're going to have a great air show. All the air acts will take care of themselves. But if you don't have people with good food, if you don't have people with toilets, if you don't have people with water, if you don't have people with sunscreen, right, it's going to be a miserable experience. And that's all people will remember. And also being safe and secure. And so the main focus for Beale, by the way, first air show at Beale in 7 years.
Yeah, I was at
2018 is the last one. So this is a big lift for him and the team, and I'm really proud of him. But yeah, so the main focus has been logistics, safety, and security. So food, plenty of it. I can guarantee it.
I do want to ask about parking because you had mentioned that before that they get on. So is the place they park, is it within walking distance of getting into the air show, or is there little trams? Or?
So both. So we have lots of different parking lots at Beale. Depending on what type of pass you get and what type of and what time you show up, will determine where you park.
Okay.
Like I said, the air show is free itself. We are partnering with the Beale Military Liaison Council, and they are also selling some elevated experiences. And so the lowest one starts at $35, and that will include a little bit closer parking as well as an air show poster, which is really cool. So if you want to get closer parking, you can do that. Otherwise, you may be parked a little bit farther away. But we do have a shuttle system, and that is completely free. And then that will get you right up to the front of the gate there.
And the shuttles will be running continuously. It's not going to be just in the morning and just in the afternoon.
Oh,
you can
perfect.
get access to your cars. I want to highlight one very important point. We need everyone who gets a pass to a vehicle to drive the largest vehicle you have and put as many people into that vehicle that you know, please let it be people you know, that you can get into that vehicle, right, and bring them on. Because if you do that, we will increase the number of people who can actually be a part of the air show and see it. Our biggest restriction is flow into the base.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get all the cars, right? And that is our bottleneck. And great job by the team identifying where our bottlenecks would be. And so since we know that, that's why we're having to give out the passes, even though they're free, is because we can only give so many passes out to cars because we can only handle so many automobiles on and off base. And so load up your cars with people you know and bring them onto base.
That's smart.
And come share in their experience.
Yeah. I just want to let you know, Colonel, that it takes a certain expertise to be able to walk around an aircraft correctly. And both Kurt and I were experts. And
Kurt's
Kurt
got
loves
stories.
standing in the hot sun and walking around the aircraft. I can tell you how many rivets are in the wing of a B-52.
Really?
But no, not really.
No, okay. I was going to say, tell me, because I'm kind of curious.
There's some trivia for you, right?
That's right.
How many?
That's how you can get out of any question.
All right. Yeah,
That's
that is
classified.
it. No, I can't
good.
talk about that, right? You know. Well, I really think this is going to be awesome. I didn't realize, because I was at the last Beale Air Show, I didn't realize it's been 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years. 2018 was the last one. Then COVID started ruining things in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
And so I mean this genuinely from my heart. It is such a privilege to get to be the commander of the first one in 7 years.
Oh, I bet.
I cannot wait, and we're going to take a lot of pride in how we put on this show. So, want to represent Beale, want to represent the local community well, represent the Air Force well. So we're putting our absolute best foot forward. It is our number one priority this year for the base is putting on a great air show. One other thing that didn't come up that I want to make sure we don't miss. On the 6th of June. So the 7th and 8th is Saturday, Sunday, right? And that's for the general public. Those who have DOD ID cards, right? Department of Defense identification cards. Those who have those cards and can normally get access to Beale can come on the 6th of June. And they can see what is essentially the rehearsal, but we're going to have the food, have the water, have everything going there. That's free. And so you can have a great experience of the air show with reduced crowds if you have a DOD ID card that gets you onto base. All the normal restrictions for getting onto base apply. So it's just like a normal day getting onto base. But if you have that ID card, you have special access on Friday, the 6th of June. I'd encourage you to come out and have that experience because it'll be really unique. It really will be with that reduced crowd.
And that starts at 11 a.m. on the 6th. Yep. So 11,
so it
from
starts
11,
later.
a little bit later because we're setting up the ramp. We just want to make sure it's safe for everyone to be out on the ramp. But yep. And I don't know, should we tell them about the news with the Thunderbirds?
I think we should.
Okay.
What?
So the 6th will be the first time ever.
First time ever
in the history of the Thunderbirds. We've been approved to use pyrotechnics with the Thunderbirds. So we're going to blow some stuff up as they pass over.
As soon as as soon as I heard the phrase "wall of fire," I was like, "Oh, I'm in. This is going to be great." So there's, and we're guaranteed to see it on Friday because the commander of Air Combat Command is going to be watching and approving. So this is the first time ever they're going to be watching and approving of this. And if he approves, then it'll go on hopefully on Saturday and Sunday as well. But Friday is the guaranteed, right? And we're having to do a controlled burn, get all the grass burnt down and everything, so everything's safe. Again, safety and security being one of the hallmarks of the show. But yeah, it's going to be really, really awesome experience.
I have to ask about static displays, different aircraft. You can have a C5 out there?
I don't think we have a C5. We're trying to get it in the Parade of Heavies as an aerial demonstration. So we're working with Travis right now. It all just depends on their ops tempo and things like that. So we're still kind of working through the fine details of that as we get closer. But we're hoping to have one flyover, which is an amazing display. It's a big airplane.
We should have a C-17 though, right?
A C-17 will be on the ramp.
Yeah,
oh, there you go. So, yeah. I always wonder about that. And then they'll have the old warbirds, right? They'll stuff like that, and different aerobatic stuff.
Absolutely.
But this is awesome, guys. I'm just so grateful that you. I don't even know how you put it together. And then to get the Thunderbirds, you guys deserve something. Listen, could you take them over to the DFAC, I think they call it now. It used to be the Chow Hall.
Yeah, dining facility.
They deserve lunch. Could you make that happen?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, you know what I mean?
Fish is always looking out for us. I appreciate it.
Have I missed anything that we need to talk about? What did I miss?
There's a big one.
Okay.
So static displays is what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
So 2 Fridays ago now, we had a big announcement that I just want to make sure the community hears, is that the Air Force has been selected to be looked at as the primary aircraft readiness unit for the brand new Collaborative Combat Aircraft, CCAs. Okay. And so what those are, everybody's calling them drone wingmen. Right, so people think of that.
Understood.
So what this is they are unmanned fighters.
Wow.
First ever. Wow. Unmanned fighter Beale is being looked at as the primary priority of being observed to look at, to be assessed if we are a good fit for it as an aircraft readiness unit. And so there's 2 planes that have the first ever FQ designation. Q means unmanned, F means fighter. This is a really big deal in the Air Force. So we are most likely to be the host of the YFQ-42A by General Atomics and the YFQ-44A by Anduril. And the big kicker is we're going to have both of them on the ramp at the air show. First ever air show to have these 2 CCAs on the ramp. We're going to have a U2 there because our big moniker for this air show is 70 years at 70,000 feet for the U2. So you're going to have a Dragon Lady on the ramp bracketed by 2 CCAs, the brand new ones that are highly likely, I think, to hopefully be selected to come to Beale and have us be kind of a warehouse of those airframes. So really exciting. Come out to see those things. It is going to be the only way that you can see them that I know of in the near future to actually get to have eyes on from feet away. It's going to be exciting.
I can't imagine. It's like a video game flying.
That's right.
I mean, that's just, come on.
Well, I mean, and the cool thing is we're pairing them up with other airframes. So other airframes in combat are going to be able to use them as sensors, as weapons. Man. And so it increases our quantity, increases our lethality, and gives our enemies something more to think about.
Yeah, a lot more to think
about. Right. That's right. So the calculus it changes, and so these are going to be really game-changing weapons that we can use in warfare, both for defense and offense. And so the fact that Beale gets to be kind of at the ground floor of that is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting for the whole community and for Beale especially.
I have to laugh when you said you get to be feet away from these, because I can remember when guys like Kurt and I, we were the only ones that got to be feet away.
Right, right.
I mean? You didn't get past us to just go, right? Whether it was a B-52, SR-71, right? It's like you didn't just walk up to one of these aircraft, and here you're telling me these brand new. Gosh,
the Y is in front of them on purpose. They're prototypes.
Wow.
They're not even the main things yet. So it's a really cool opportunity. I really hope the community comes out to see this because it's very exciting.
Yeah, they missed this. They're missing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like your suggestion, Colonel, put as many people as you can.
Please.
People you know.
Please.
Don't just pick up people and take them over to Beale. And because this is going to be a great opportunity. It's been too long.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now here's an opportunity for an air show that will be beyond the pale.
That's right.
Great opportunity.
Make sure people are bringing water, right? You
Yeah.
can bring water
Stay
on,
hydrated.
right? Sunscreen, right? We'll have water for sale and stuff like that, but you can bring water. What are the? Do you
We also
have the
have
rules on that?
We do. So that was going to say, make sure if you're 18 or over, you have a federally issued ID, and all the details are on the BealeAirShow.com website with all the details. If you don't have a federal ID, if you're foreign national or something like that, there's other ID requirements that we can accommodate. But also there's a clear bag requirement just for safety, and with the exception of camera bags, but those will get searched. And so we actually have these really high capacity metal detectors that people are going to get through because we don't want you standing in a long line. We want you to get out there and see everything.
Smart.
So we're going to get you flow through as best you can. But if you just make sure you read the requirements on the website for the ID and the things that you can bring into the air show. That way you can get in there and enjoy it and not get stopped at the gate.
Yeah, unfortunately, I only had 13 years, so I don't have a DOD. Should have stayed the other 7. Right? But I could say I know people. I know someone that will help me as radio to get on.
Help you out.
To get on there to help do this, guys. I don't have enough thank yous. Thank you from the community. Thank you for all that Beale does. We appreciate having an air base right here. And I remember when I first heard that potentially those new aircraft were going to be there. But it's great to meet a guy that, given the opportunity, you'd fly anything.
Yeah, I'll take it.
You'd get
Let's do
You're
it.
that way.
He would too.
You
Yeah,
guys-
absolutely. You got an airplane? Let's fly it.
I love it. I love it. Well, anyway, thanks again, Colonel Base Commander Colonel McCleese.
Yes.
Right? And Gorman. Yep. And Colonel Gorman. And I'm never going to get it. Air Operations.
Air show director.
Air show director. That's right.
Help me out with that. I need cue cards
he's
for
good.
this.
He's really good.
All right, listen, thanks for getting in the tank. But I will tell you, you do not want to miss this. This is going to be the best ever, greatest event in this area in a long time. And again, you can go to their webpage, right? To
BealeAirShow.com.
BealeAirShow.com to get an opportunity to make sure you can get on base, get a parking pass. And then when you get on, I'm just going to tell you this, be kind to one another, be patient. I was security forces, so was Kurt. Don't give us a bunch of, just get be kind. I can guarantee they have your best interest and safety at heart. If you've never been on a military installation, everything they do, including their mission, is to keep us safe. So again, thanks for watching, and I'm going to have these guys back on, maybe after the air show.
Let's go.
Willing to come
Let's
back?
do it. I would love to.
They're going to fly the show. That's it. God bless. See you next time.